Good morning, Meg. I realized you weren't a fan of my first video, but I thought that if I made one that's just for you instead of the entire moms group, that you might be a little more in love with it. Also, I really don't want to message you anything at all, as long as you're still going all Edward Scissorhands and cutting and pasting conversations and putting them together to, I don't even know what you're attempting to do. But I would just prefer not to send you anything in writing, because whatever you're doing is real messy and I don't want to be involved. But I got your message and I realized that you probably didn't necessarily want a response, but I got it, and what I gathered from it is that you want me to go and dig inside of my asshole and pull out a magic wand and just poof, your fucking life back together? Is that pretty much where we're at? Thought so. So I'm on it. I gathered my asshole wand and fucking realized that the battery's dead and it's on the charger now. So while it's charging, I figured we could touch upon a few points that might better suit your needs right now. You're looking for this situation to disappear. Now, have you thought about apologizing to the people that seem angry with you? Have you thought about telling the truth to those people as well? Or you're still against that? Because last I checked, you were still pretty against just coming clean. I think that might be part of your problem, because I'm not doing anything. You started the message with, "So you guys done yet?" I spent yesterday at a baptism and the day before at the zoo and out to dinner with the son and the kids, and we went for ice cream. So whatever you think I'm doing, trust me, I'm not doing anything. I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. If you had watched the video, you would know that I said I wasn't gonna send any screenshots. I wasn't gonna confirm anything for anyone. I just said, this is what is going on. If you think that you're being talked about, get the fuck out the group. If you don't think you're being talked about, stay in if you want. Go with your gut. I didn't show anyone screenshots. I didn't say, hey, look, this person talks shit about you. Meg thinks you're a fucking cunt. I didn't say anything. I literally posted my video and that was it. And I got bombarded with messages, which I've answered, but I haven't sent them screenshots. I haven't confirmed or denied anything. I told most of them it's a fucking chat with like 100,000 messages in it, and I haven't even made a dent. The people that I have seen were talked about. Most of them know, and the other ones, I'm not gonna go hunt them down. There's no need for me to do that, because the girls, pretty much all the moms that were in fact discussed, they suspect it. They've already left the group. They're just messaging me because, like, when you suspect your significant other of cheating, you're gonna dig into their car and their phone and their call log and their computer until you find the proof that you subconsciously want, because you think that it's gonna make it easier, or it's gonna give you closure, and it never does. It just, you see it and it just makes you feel worse, and then it haunts you. And I don't want to do that to these moms. If they feel like they were the topic of conversation, that is enough for them to leave. And they did leave. There was like 100 and something group members that left, and I didn't send any of them anything. So this is not in my control. This is not because of me. I simply said words that had no physical evidence behind them. I have physical evidence, but nobody else has seen it. And I guarantee that all those moms aren't going based off my word alone. They don't like me that much that they're just following me like a fucking bunch of minions, just going to burn down your house. I didn't even say that. Like, I didn't even tell anybody to be upset at anybody. You're not giving people enough credit. These are adult women that have children that they keep alive every day. They have brains that can come to conclusions on their own. I said something, it made sense to them. It wasn't that hard to say, yeah, you know what? Meg probably was sharing my anonymous post. Yeah, they probably were talking shit about this. So, because they were able to see the connection, that's my fault. Like, that is the most narcissistic, manipulative thing you could think. That you guys as a whole, I'm gonna say you guys, not just you, all of the whole admin fucking National Enquirer reject fucking gossipers, you all made mistakes. You all talked about people. You all fucking betrayed people's trust. That's something that you guys did. I didn't make you do it and then tell people you did it. I didn't join in and then tell people that I wasn't involved. I literally saw what was happening. I said something to you guys. Nobody wanted to acknowledge what I was saying was accurate. At which point, you, who I thought was friends with me, should have, as your friend, when you saw the entire group of people trying to shit on me, not that I needed your help in that situation. Trust me, I can handle myself with that group of individuals. But as my friend, you know, you would think that you would say, hey, you guys are my friend too, but I'm not really the type of person that's gonna just let you try and shit on her right now. Because what I was saying to them and to you was true. I wasn't shitting on anyone. I was saying what was actually happening. If you don't want to hear the truth, that's on you. But it's not like I was lying. I was just saying something you didn't want to hear. But your loyalty only goes as far as its benefit to you. It was no big deal that they were fucking attempting to gang up on me. I don't care. I'm not hurt. I didn't need your help. But it's just nice to see what type of friend you are when everything's said and done. Fine. And then afterwards, you private messaged me to say, are we still good? Okay, so we're not friends enough to say something in front of, you know, all your little admins, but you're gonna private message me? Why? Why the fuck would you do that? And then when I try to talk to you, when I try to make you see, hey, this is not okay. Remember what happened last year? Let's look at the similarities. All you kept doing was defending the effort you put into your relationship with Gabby and insisting that I was telling you that you are Frangelica and just not seeing the bigger picture whatsoever. And you keep acting as if being called Frangelica is such an insult when Frangelica talked about less people than you. And then she apologized. And she ate shit for a long time. And you said that you didn't care enough to make everyone hate her. When actually you cared too much to allow her that as her punishment. You could have exposed her to the group. She fucking would drag her tail between her legs, admit what she did, apologize, and people would move on with their lives because people make mistakes. And if you're coming clean and you're owning up to it, why hold a grudge? But you said, no, I'm not going to expose her. I'm going to hold this in, make it seem like I'm doing her a solid by not telling everyone in the group. But I'm going to carry her guilt around in a fucking little ball of fucking guilt, fucking punishment-soaked mistletoe. Just dangle it over her fucking head. And you did that for a year. And she let you. And for Angelica is a better person than me, because I would love someone, anybody actually, to try to make me feel guilty for the same thing for a year. Honestly, I could probably run somebody over with my car and fucking break their leg off their body. And after a year's time, I'm not still feeling guilty. Like, you'll be alright. What she did wasn't even that terrible. The things that she said, most of them were true. They weren't nice. She was your friend. She shouldn't have done it. But she didn't lie on you. She just said things that were less than nice, that's all. And she apologized a lot. And you literally, a couple days ago, said that you just got a bunch of shit off your chest that you wanted to say to Angelica. What? What could you possibly have on your chest? It's been a year. That's not enough satisfaction that you had her eating shit for this for a year? Okay. And now you did the same thing, if not worse. Like, way worse, actually. And you won't admit it to anyone. No one. You will not accept responsibility when the proof is literally right there. Like, literally. So I don't want to say anyone's name, but let's call her Mom A, the mom who you said in the group chat that you should call CPS and she's in danger and her son and da-da-da-da. She literally had the screenshots to prove you were lying in front of her, which she did not get from me, and she only got from Gabby because you tried to blame it on Gabby. And then so Gabby said, I'm not going to let you blame this on me. I'm going to send her the truth. And you want to be mad? And you want to act like she's crazy? First of all, she just got out of a fucking abusive relationship, and you're going to add one on top of it, betray her trust, and then on top of it, you're going to tell her that she's crazy and sipping the Kool-Aid, which, by the way, was a funny joke, but it was even funnier when I said it with my fucking Charles Manson comparison with Frangelica last year. I remember all my jokes, and I definitely remember when people try to steal them. Like, so with Mom A, you still have yet to acknowledge that what you did was wrong. You said you're sorry for caring about her safety, which is such a bullshit, half-assed fucking, I'm not really gonna apologize for shit, fucking woe is me apology. And out of all people, this is how I know that you're not sorry, and that this role that you've put yourself in this group where you fabricated this person out of thin air, and then you slid yourself inside and believe now that it's you. You're not qualified to deal with fucking domestic violence situations. You're not qualified to answer fucking medical questions. Because you can use Google, that means nothing. You guys were shitting on a health teacher for commenting on posts that were health related, as if her answers are gonna be clearly wrong, but whatever the fuck you Googled is gonna just fuck the doctor. They don't need to go to the doctor. I looked it up on Google. What? How do you fun of a health teacher for answering a question that she literally teaches but you don't think that's ridiculous that you're Googling shit to tell people? Come on. You're not qualified to give medical advice, but you believe in your head because you're an admin that you guys can just discuss it in a group chat and come up with a fucking answer that seems like a good consensus and then tell it to someone and they got a diagnosis? You're not fucking a group of doctors. And the fact that you actually believed you were qualified to even participate in any type of domestic violence situation just proves that you're not. Like, when's the last time you were in a physically abusive relationship? When's the last time you called a domestic violence hotline? When's the last time you worked for a domestic violence hotline? When's the last time you had to get your ass beat or get threatened and be silent so your kid didn't find out? When's the last time you had to tiptoe all day, every day, so you didn't awaken the beast because you knew you had little ears and scared eyes watching you at all times? When's the last time you had to decide between sleeping in a car or going back to a place that you know could be potentially dangerous at any point? When? Really? When? Or have you ever packed an emergency bag? And I don't mean like natural disaster, apocalypse, emergency bag. I mean emergency bag, this is it's time to get the fuck out and go emergency bag. An emergency bag that you hide and pray to God no one finds. An emergency bag that as you're hiding it, you hope that one day you have the courage to take it and leave. But at the same time, you still have faith that things will get better before it gets to that point. Do you even have any idea what I'm talking about? Do you even know what it feels like packing that bag? Having no clue what to put in it. Just random shit, socks and socks and socks because socks seem like a good idea. And loose change and dollar bills that you can scrounge together because you think it'll make a difference. A hairbrush, a stick of deodorant, fucking a toothbrush and soap that if you ever do leave with this bag and venture out into the fucking world, hopeful that you'll never look back, you're probably not gonna end up somewhere where you can easily brush your teeth and use a bar of soap. Packing copies of birth certificates and insurance cards because you don't know if you'll be able to grab the actual ones. Packing pocket knives because you're certain you're gonna need that. Packing books and small toys because you just keep thinking, if I do ever leave with this bag, hopefully these toys will be enough to distract my kid from wherever the fuck we have to stay. You have no idea what it is like to be in that situation, and you should never be giving advice or making decisions for someone in that situation. Because while you're living in your pity right now, I'm sure you'd feel a fucking hell of a lot worse if you got her killed. If you got any of them killed, because you could have, because you don't know what you're doing. Because when you're dealing with a situation that involves domestic violence, there's a certain protocol that you go by. There's a certain level of Do you understand that when you call a domestic violence hotline, if you hang up the phone, they can't even call you back They have no physical capability of calling you back because they understand that it could be so dangerous that calling someone back can get them killed. And you wanted to send CPS to somebody, I know you didn't, but to even discuss sending CPS to somebody's house that's in a situation like that, you could have gotten them killed. And it doesn't matter that you were doing it for the safety of whoever. You're not qualified, you're not experienced, and you're not trained to make those decisions. So how dare you declare yourself able to do that because you're admin? That means nothing. Admin is a word for a position that you were given because Meg, you thought you should run this group since me and Frangelica ditched when everything went down. And then you picked all these fucking crazy people that also think that they have any idea how to deal with these fucking serious, potentially fatal problems because they fucking took a psychology class, because they knew someone that was fucking beat by her boyfriend. You have no clue what it is like to be in that situation. You have no clue how quickly things can go from okay to deadly. So I did stop my response to you earlier, and decided it would be best to pick it up at a later point, because I realized that I was starting to let my emotions cloud the content of what I was saying. And even after I, rewatched the end of what I was saying so I could pick back up, and I'm even now feeling like I just want to get this part over with, and it needs to be said to you, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because I don't want to have any sort of heightened emotions about it. When you had posted in the group that you were taking responsibility for everything, and this was the group members' Q&A thread, and you would be an open book, there were a lot of moms that you dismissed, that you didn't go into it with them about what occurred. You didn't give them time of day. You didn't attempt to prove to them that they had a place in the moms group, and that you either weren't talking to them, talking about them, or whatever you did say about them, you're sorry, you meant it in a different way. There's a lot of moms that you kind of brushed off, but one of the moms that you kept going with, all of you chimed in, is Mom A. And that is all of the proof that is needed that none of you are qualified to deal with a situation like that, or knowledgeable enough, or Meg, I made this video for you because I don't want to message you and have you take what I say and crop things out and misconstrue it. This is for you because I really would like to just have a phone conversation, but I know that based off your text message, your responses to me would probably make it not a productive conversation. So I'm just sending you this message because there are a lot of things that I need to say to you, because you need to hear them and you need to understand, and you need to know that I can't do anything to fix this for you. But also, I'm sure you will continue to be an admin, you will continue to insert yourself in people's lives, and this goes for all of the admin or ex-admin, because I'm sure you, even if you don't watch this video, you'll, send it to, your groupies. But going forward, and I'm not saying this as your enemy, I'm not saying this attacking you, I'm saying this as I truly hope for the safety of any woman you come in contact with that comes to you to confide in you, that what you did in the moms group on that thread was such a dangerous thing to do in that situation. You should have been focusing on the other moms and their fucking comments. The mom A, you know, she wanted to make a point to say that things weren't that serious. She was fine. You didn't have to say you were going to call CPS. And you should have left it at that. You should have said, I'm sorry, I thought it was more serious than it was. Maybe we could talk on the phone about this or in person. I'm sorry. Because if her situation was as dangerous as you are claiming, there's a very good chance that that person is not out of her life. There's a good chance that she's still in contact with him. Maybe she's back together with him. In a situation where you have an abuser that lost his victim, he's not going to just say, have a great life, see you around. That is a possession that someone has taken from him. He's going to stalk her, harass her, lie to her, convince her that he's different, he's better, he realizes his mistakes, do whatever he has to until he gets her back and can start the process over again. So while you're sitting there defending your position, saying that what you did was because she really was in danger, if you believe that, then you need to understand that if he is in her life, maybe he has her Facebook on his phone. Maybe he can see that whole thread. Maybe he can see her messages. Maybe she's just saying things weren't that bad because she's afraid of him seeing it and thinking that she's trying to get help. So while you're sitting there insisting that she said that she was scared 20 times and that she was afraid for her life, while you're insisting on those things and she's telling you that's not how it was, if you have any knowledge of anything related to domestic violence or abuse, or you would know to just fucking leave it. Contact her a different way. Talk to her at a different time. Because there's a possibility, a great possibility, that you saying those things, maybe she was going home to him, and maybe he saw, and maybe when she gets home, he fucking kills her. And I'm saying this because you do not understand the severity of the things that you do and say. And that's why it's so important for you to understand that you're not qualified to handle that situation. You're not qualified to assess whether CPS needs to be involved. You don't know what you're doing. And you could have somebody killed. You could have a baby killed. And that is so important that you understand that. That right now, I'm not attacking your character. I'm not attacking you as a person. Right now, I have no ill will towards you. I'm not trying to be funny or an asshole. I want you to understand that you can get somebody killed by going about it the wrong way. And all you were worried about is defending that you did it out of the goodness of your heart, and you could have gotten her killed. And you're so busy trying to defend yourself that you don't care about her safety, which is what you're claiming is the basis of why you said what you said. I truly hope that you are never in a situation like that again. Or I hope that if you are, you try to step into her shoes a little bit better instead of saying, well, I know she's not going to get help herself, so I'm going to send help. Because most people that are in abusive situations, they want help, but they also know that it's never a safe time to get help. So they wait for that one small window of opportunity. a lot of things that have been done and said that were wrong. The shitty things that you were saying about the girl from your party, well, about her son, it was unnecessary. She was sweet. She went to your kid's party. She thought you guys were friends, and then you talk shit about her son in a group chat, claiming she's in over her head and needs a behavioral specialist. Maybe not. Maybe her son's just going through a biting phase. Katarina bites Duty every day. That's her fucking finishing move. Duty shoots her with Nerf guns. Sometimes kids just do things, and you're not qualified to determine whether he needs a behavioral specialist or not. And worry about yourself. Worry about your own kid. Why are you talking about her? Someone that's supposed to be your friend. What about your kid, Meg? Why don't you worry about what your kid is development-wise? You know, you came to me frantic not that long ago because he had all of these signs and these tendencies that pointed to a certain diagnosis that you felt strongly about, and you felt like you were being neglectful. And then one day you just decided that he just needed some help with his speech and you could handle that on your own. Well, Meg, how many words does he say? How is he socially? Are his fine and gross motor skills? Where does he line up to where he should be? Do you even know? Do you even know where he should be? Do you even know where he is? Do you even know where he is literally? I mean, you're making comments about this mom and how she's in over her head and making it seem like she's not doing what she needs to for her kid. Making it seem like she's not doing what she needs to for her kid because he bit yours? Meg, every mom deals with shit with their kids that is fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have your kid bite another kid. That doesn't mean your kid is a bad kid or needs medical attention, that he needs to see a specialist. Maybe he just felt like being an asshole that day. That doesn't make her a bad mom. Meg, at my kid's birthday party, CJ left the house, went down 2 flights of stairs with no coat in the middle of winter, and it was at least 10 minutes before I told you he was missing. And thank God Amy and Hassan were outside having a cigarette, because you had no idea he was not even in the house. I'm not saying you're a bad mom for it, but I'm saying you clearly make mistakes too. Your kid clearly does things that he probably shouldn't have done. He probably shouldn't have snuck out of the house by himself. It doesn't make him a bad kid. It doesn't make you a bad mom. It's not something that needs to be discussed with other people, just like her situation didn't need to be discussed. You know, you think that these things are no big deal, but they're hurtful. And there's so many moms that you shit on just casually, as if it was no big deal. But you know that it is hurtful because you've been through this. You would think that you have learned. You would think that you know what it feels like to be on the receiving end. No matter how little of a comment, it still hurts. And yeah, maybe they would never have found out if I didn't post my video. But does that make it right? What does that say about you as a person? That as long as they don't find out, I'm okay with it? And even after they found out, you still don't see any obligation to own up to it, to apologize, to take responsibility, to correct all of the wrongs that you have done. You're telling me you want me to shut it down? I can't shut anything down because you said these things to people. You hurt them. You deceived them. You betrayed their trust. I can't apologize for you. I can't. What do you want me to do? Make a post and say, everyone stop being mean to Meg? Meg, I'm sorry. That's a consequence. Frangelica had her consequences when she did what she did. I owned up to every single thing that I had ever said or done, no matter how minimal, because I felt bad, because it broke me that I had hurt you. Even though I was one of the people that was not as involved, it still hurt that I hurt you, and I was sorry, and I didn't say, I want this to end. I apologized, and I didn't want to be forgiven right away. You just want it to go away. You're demanding that I make it go away. You need to feel. You need to see what you have done. I don't know what you think that I'm doing. I'm not sending people screenshots. I'm not trying to keep the fire going. I'm trying to minimize the hurt as much as possible by not sending people screenshots. By telling people what was going on so that they wouldn't put themselves in that situation for you guys to shit on them. I know that you and all the other admins were on the side of things where you have to deal with all the shit that you've said and done. But that doesn't, and you can hate me for that, but that doesn't make it wrong that I did it, and I'm not gonna feel bad because you're mad. You shouldn't have done it, and I tried to talk to you about it, but you didn't care. You literally, when I suggested how you could start fixing things by getting new admin and making someone that's 40 an admin, someone that's 20 an admin, someone that's an immigrant, someone that has 5 kids, and making a diverse group of people be admin, you essentially said that it's too much work and you're not going to do it. So did you want me to just walk away and let you guys continue your fucking chopping block of a group chat? You know that's not me. You know I'm better than that, and I thought you were better than that. You know, it should only take once in your lifetime to really hurt someone with your words before you learn. And that was last year for me. You know, this is another thing. Maybe things would stop if you would stop sending people screenshots. You know, you're going back to over a year to try to dig up bits and pieces of conversations and then doctor them together and make it seem like something they weren't, to send to people to make it look like, oh, see, Gabby and Cindy talk shit too. From a year and a half ago. You can't find anything more relevant because I've learned. Fucking a song called, it made me lose my train of thought. Basically, this has been long enough. You didn't even want a response, I know. You wanted me to fix this for you. I can't. You need to just look at all of the people that are mad at you and that have something to say to you and ask yourself, why are they saying this? Because it's not because I'm sending them screenshots. It's not because Gabby's sending them screenshots. Nobody is trying to hurt anyone by sending them proof of things you've said. The only time that Gabby has sent screenshots is when you've gone out of your way to hurt people by making them believe that her or I said something that we didn't. You know, you're digging your grave deeper and you're wondering why you're covered in dirt. You know, it's not a difficult situation to understand and amend. People fuck up, people make mistakes. You just have to make it right. And if you feel that I'm responsible because of my video, if there was no truth to my video, you wouldn't be in this situation. If you maybe cared enough to reflect and start trying to fix it before I even posted a video, then you wouldn't be in this situation. You know, you can be mad at me, you can hate me, it's fine. I'm not gonna go try to make your life miserable. I haven't tried to make your life miserable at all. You keep trying to win this war by dragging me and Gabby through the dirt for things that we didn't say, and it's not helping you. That's what's hurting you, is that instead of focusing on the things that you can make better and that you can fix, you're creating new problems. You're reaching out to girls that you haven't talked to in forever. Alyssa sending all those screenshots to Emily For what? For what? She sent such a small number of screenshots when the conversation was so much different than what she led Emily to believe. And you know what? Do you know why Emily isn't mad at Gabby? Because Gabby apologized. Gabby was so sick over what she said. She spent the whole night reading and rereading the messages, and she called me this morning so unbelievably fucking broken and sick to her stomach that she could ever say those things about someone. And she told Emily that. She apologized. She showed Emily everything, and she said, Emily didn't want the screenshots, first of all. Gabby offered her the screenshots, and Emily said, I don't want it. It's been long enough. I've been hurt already. I don't want to see them. And Alyssa sent her screenshots that she didn't want and painted a picture that made it look so different than it was. And then Gabby said, well, do you want the rest of the conversation? I know you don't want screenshots, but do you want the rest? It's gonna hurt you. I said really terrible things that I'm not proud of and that I wish I could take back, but I'll send it to you because you deserve the truth. And that is why Gabby sent those screenshots that you're so upset about. Gabby was honest and remorseful and is still beating herself up for it when Emily's not even beating her up for it. That is how you fix a situation like this. That is how you move forward. You don't move forward by having people post statuses saying, stop bullying Megan. No one is bullying you, Meg. You are not being bullied. You know, I don't care that people meaning the admins of the group and the few people that chose to just be blind to what's in front of them are accusing me of being a full-grown woman that's, gossiping and acting like a child. And I'm not. I'm going about my life. I'm working outside. I'm fucking taking care of my kids. I'm going to baptisms and taking my kids to the zoo and continuing with my life. I did the adult thing by saying something when I saw something. That's what they teach you in school. If you see something, say something. I did the right thing. And if you think that it doesn't have any repercussions for me, you're wrong. But I accepted those repercussions because I knew that I was ultimately doing what was right. Yeah, this puts me as a target for you to try to make people hate me, to make people think that I'm lying, call me whatever you want, think that I'm bullying you, dissect everything I've ever said in conversation and send it and try to pass it off as me talking shit. And I'm sure you can, if you go back farther enough, I'm sure you can find instances where I have said shitty things about people. And I accept that. If you find something and you send it to someone, I welcome them to come to me and I will say, I'm sorry. I don't remember saying what I said about anybody. A year ago, I have no idea. But if I did, I will address it and I will say, I'm fucking sorry. There was no excuse for that. I won't give them the runaround and tell them why I said it and try to say, but look what Meg said. Meg said something bad too. That doesn't help anything. It doesn't excuse what I did. And that's what you're not getting. I can't fix this for you. I can't make it stop. I can't shut it down. You need to do it. And you need to start by forgetting about trying to send people screenshots to make other people look bad. You're just hurting more people. You're just adding more people to your list of apologies. Start with the mess that is currently in front of you before you go making another one. You're very, very good at You're really good at waiting for an opportunity and taking it. You're really good at, you would make a great poker player, honestly. You're really good at bluffing your way through things and just hoping that the other person folds. You're really good at holding on to your cards and making people believe that you got a flush, but you really got 2 5s. You're really good at, when all else fails, I'll throw a bullshit card and hope for the best. And that's what you're doing here. This right here, this is your bullshit card that you're throwing and hoping for the best. And I'm sure that a lot of times in life, this has worked for you. The way that you do things, it has worked. But you can't beat somebody at a game that they're not playing. And I'm not playing anything. Stop trying to attack me and thinking that I'm attacking you, because I'm not. I really hope that you make amends with everyone you need to make amends with. And just as I have said before, I'm not going to send out screenshots. I'm not going to tell people that you were talking about them. They have the information where they can find out on their own. But, and I mean this more than I've meant anything I've said in the past few days, you can say whatever you want about me, my family, my kids, Hassan, and I'm okay with it. I won't get upset. I don't get mad. I won't get hurt. I love myself and my kids and Hassan and my family, all of our faults, our flaws, our mistakes, our good qualities. I'm not ashamed of anything. I constantly air out my own dirty laundry before somebody could do it for me. So there's nothing you could say about me that's going to hurt me. However, what you are doing with these moms, where you're piecing together conversations that are completely irrelevant, the way you piece together a pit bull conversation and an abortion conversation and try to put it together as if it was one and make it seem like I was talking shit. If you continue to do that, you're not just making things worse for yourself by lying and involving more people, but if you continue to do that and try to hurt other moms and make them believe that I'm the cause of that hurt, especially when I'm not, that is a line that is very close to rattling me enough that I will bring it to the point where I'm the only person that can shut it down. Because if I wanted to, Meg, if I really wanted to destroy you, if I wanted to make you suffer, I have an arsenal of things that you have said from multiple chats, and you talk a lot. I could create a hell on earth for you if you think that the situation you're in now is bad. I don't want to do that. That's not the type of person that I am. I will get no joy out of doing that. But I'm telling you right now that if you keep purposely hurting women with false information that you cut and pasted together, I will respond with the actual messages, and I will take it a step further by making sure every single woman you've ever mentioned in the entire time I've known you knows what you've said. Because you cannot hurt me, Meg. Nothing you do or say will ever hurt me. But what will hurt me, that I will not allow, is you purposely hurting other women to try to turn them against me. I don't care if they're against me, but I do care if you hurt them in an attempt to do that. I will not have it. I will not entertain it. The next time that you do it, because you've done it to Cece, you've done it to Emily, and you did it with Gabby and Mom A. That is enough for me. If I find out that you do it again, especially if you make some shit up about me, I will drop everything in my life and show you what it actually looks like when I'm out to get you. Because right now, I'm not out to get you, Meg. But you're getting real close with the shit you're pulling. If you found an example of me talking shit, genuinely talking shit, sure, let it rip. Send it to whoever you want. But if you keep making shit up, I will end this.